Hello. I'm live. Wow. Hey, hello people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, even good night if you're in places where it's about your bedtime. How are you doing? We're at the end of the year, yay! Happy holidays. I hope like for people wherever you are, if you actually can have this as a holiday, that you're already off. That you don't have to do any last minute work anymore. I mean, at least where I am, it's already pretty quiet. I had to go out and do errands last couple of days. It's not yet Christmas, but almost like there's nothing going on. Nobody is on the street. Given it's really cold outside, but people are like off, just like off. Wow, so many. Hot tea. What is hot tea? Sorry, don't know what that refers to. Hi, so let me see the names. We've got some new names, I think. Compared to my previous live stream, I've seen some new names come in. India, Malaysia, where else? Let's see, Turkey, wow, Romania. Okay, that's afternoon. Just thinking where you are, the time might be. Switzerland, hi, Poland. Wow. Christmas, almost. So today's 22nd, where I am right now, right? And then tomorrow, 23rd. So my weekly video would be on Christmas Eve. And then the day after will be Christmas. Sunday Christmas. Hope the weather is treating you nicely wherever you are. UK, Kenya, Hungary, holy, so many places. Germany. It's so crazy here. We've had a really cold week. It's kind of like going down from the beginning of this week where I am. So yesterday and the day before, it was like minus 31 outside. And I had to go out consecutively 2 days because I just had to. Errands to run, and it's so exhilarating to go out when it's minus 30 outside. You know, you literally, like when you're wearing a mask and going outside in that temperature, it starts to rain. Raindrops. Like you feel that your breath condense into water inside of the mask, and it literally drips along your face and starts to come out. Like you literally have a fountain, self-created within the mask. That's how it feels. When it's minus 31 outside, okay? If you haven't ever tried that, well, now you know what it feels like. You ring within your mask. Like literally you can hear the dripping of the condensation. It's insane. Ooh, JE, 65 mile per hour wind. Oh. Here, when it gets like 27, I'm dying already outside. So I can't imagine twice that, 3 times that. Oh. 800 more to 100k. Ionia? I can't pronounce your name properly, but yes, that's the case. But I am already just completely don't care about the number. Like I have given up about subscriber number a long time ago. It doesn't actually mean anything. The thing is, it can't do anything. Say if you're like 100k subscriber, you have, I mean, it does not mean like I don't appreciate, but the fact is, if you're 100k or 200k or 500k like account, it really does not make any difference. And it's not like the people who subscribe to you actually watch all your stuff. You know, there's a ratio to the number of people who subscribe and how many people watch your video. I mean, it's the same case as myself. Like I subscribe to a lot of people, but I don't watch all their stuff, and often their stuff don't even show up on my feed. And YouTube is weird at that. So you never quite understand like how they recommend stuff. So It's just a number, because it has to have a number. But then, you know. And also, like, I think by the time you hit like 100K, they would contact you and try to send you that thing, you know, like just say you've got that many subscribers. They give it at 100K, 1 million, and something like that at that mark. I don't know if they're gonna contact me and sending me one, but even if they do, I don't actually have a place to put it, and I will constantly show up in all my videos because I move around and shooting my videos. It would be really silly to put that thing in the background in every video, just trying to squeeze it in. It's so weird, so maybe not. -5 Quebec, not bad, not bad. But storm is coming, yeah. I do follow some other YouTubers from Quebec, so if they get hit by weather, they probably will talk or not talk about that in their videos. House of the Dragon, I haven't had time. These days, I just don't have time for other shows, apart from Chinese dramas. But sometimes I take a peek. Like I looked at the, holy shit, what is the English title? It's the Amazon Prime one, with the VR headset that goes into a game. I watched 2 episodes of that because it's free for me. So I was like, since I already have Amazon, let's just click in. You know, the thing that I marvel most at US shows these days is just how high definition things are and how truly 4K they are, as compared to the so-claimed Chinese streaming platforms that says we have 4K, but it's never real. Like the bit rate, if you're looking at how much data is being pumped into your computer if you're watching a show, it's not even on the same, like they're like 10 multiply plus 10 sort of size difference of the file. So when you watch those Amazon Prime show, it's like, oh, it's so high definition. And then you go to Chinese like iQIYI, Youku, and Tencent, and so turn on the so-called 4K, and you're like, that's not 4K. That's not high definition. It's worse than YouTube. So. Yeah, I've watched that show for a little bit, but then didn't continue. I don't know. It's the Amazon one with the sister is actually better a game player than the brother, and she goes in to earn money for medicine for her mother, and then yeah, that story. I know. I only watched 2 episodes and I haven't continued. You probably know which one I'm talking about because it's a recent one. It's not so old. Anyway, don't have time, that's the thing. And also for those type of the type of like very single character oriented and immediately they get into trouble. Like episode 1, they're in the type of crisis, they're being chased down, and they're being, for no good reason, people try to murder them and they have kind of secret to them. Like that type of story, I think it suits when you are actually really relaxed and you don't actually feel, if you're in any way feeling a little bit stressed by life, you don't actually want to watch, at least it's me. I don't want to watch that type of show because I'm like, I already have enough reasons to have my blood pressure go, don't want another one. I just want a silly, sweet, and relaxing stuff. So I stopped watching it. I think from the moment when I realized she is so effed. It's so much difficulty for her to you know, like battle against them. Like, oh, I'm not in the mood for that. So what are people's Christmas plans? Do you have any special plans? Holiday, go on vacation, or just like, I don't know, couch potato and watch a million shows? What are people preparing? Today, for this, we're gonna try to not do it another 2.5 hours. That would be too much, I think. We will talk a bit about dramas that are lined up for next year. Some of them even show up at the very end of this year. Like we have a week to go for the 2022, and I have a feeling at least one show would air among the list I'm gonna talk about today. So I just don't see why they wouldn't put it out, you know. So let's see. Wednesday, I haven't. I heard about it because it's viral. Even like on Chinese social media, I see so many posts about it. Like, I feel like the face of the female lead, right? Like she's such a stunning and shockingly looking sort of styled girl, so that there's no way that you miss it. It's everywhere on Chinese social media, but I haven't watched it. I've been working on stuff like I just don't have time. I literally have been clocking myself on Asana. If anybody's using that, you know what that software is like. Not an ad here. They're not contacting me to do it, and I use the free version, so I don't pay for subscription. But I've been clocking my hours, and it looks insane. So I have no day off. Longest Promise come out this year. Longest Promise. I don't know. Haven't heard any news about that. Okay, Thailand F4 and couch potato. Okay. Couching. Binge watching. Cool. Watching Rings of Power. Yeah. Really? Hate? Huh. I don't know. I only watched 2 episodes and I couldn't continue because I'm like, oh, it feels like a very stressful story. Stop. Going to the beach. Ooh. Yeah, so you're from New Zealand or Australia? Or other countries that's on the other half. Yeah, I wonder what a hot Christmas would be like because I've never experienced one. I haven't actually been to the other side of the planet come to think about it. Definitely should travel once it's possible to do it safely. Bit drought in Zhuan. Well, because this month is a bit weird because of a couple of things that interrupted the normal schedule of things. And I just have the feeling that they are going to throw out something like 1 or 2 platforms will try to squeeze another hopeful before the end of the year. I just don't see why they wouldn't do it, right? For even for the sake of getting a bigger bonus at the end of the year, they probably would do it. So let's see next week. Probably there are 1 or 2 that are likely to come out. Family gathering. Family gathering. Oh my. That's cool. Nephews. Nice. When you have nephews, that means you have sisters and brothers, unlike me. I'm the generation of the single child policy that I'll never be able to know what it is like to have siblings and nephews and nieces and not for this lifetime. It's already done. My parents are at the age that's impossible for them to produce children unless they have like secret kid they've had and never told me. Otherwise, you know, that is closed for me now. Did you watch Song of the Moon? I watched a couple of episodes. And I just like, I just feel it's so, I can't take it seriously, basically. I don't know. Even for like a fantasy story, right? Their vibe that you sense from a drama. Sometimes you feel like they have more to say, or they have a little bit more sort of behind the obvious, already formed a system, style, and things. And sometimes you just feel, it's another one. I've watched until the point where she goes to seek for the medicine to save the guy. So I can't remember which episode it is, but by that point I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's actually not bad, you know. I mean, given like the chemistry, it's not stupid, silly, and bad, but it's just that. At least I didn't feel much sort of urge or need to continue watching. Is it better later? I have no idea. Oh, thank you for somebody who sent me super chat from US. Hi, happy holidays. G Malego. How do you pronounce your name? Short for grandma. Grandma. Thank you for the taking care and stay safe. with this kind of weather and winter, and I'm looking like I'm breaking off. Hopefully it's not happening too badly. Shouldn't be. My internet right now is much faster than before. It shouldn't be doing this, but at least on my end it looks like that. Thank you for your super chat. Homesick, I'm watching it. Right now I have watched 2 episodes and I'm so choppy. I don't know if I should be talking right now. Hi Venus, I am watching. I am up to date to the latest one. They've aired to 13, I think. Yesterday, is it? 13 or 14? Anyway, they have odd number. So it started with 5 and then 7 and 9 and 11 and 13. I don't know why they do it that way, but they're doing it that way. Yeah, I've watched it. It's actually much better than I thought. Although, okay, because initially I thought that drama is set in the hospital, so I thought, okay, shit, medical stuff gonna be problematic. But so far, they actually haven't really shot anything, right? That's actually the doctor's real job. Like going in rounds, looking at patients, actually dealing with any medical cases. The drama so far hasn't even shown you, I think, even like a hospital room with beds and patients on it. It's all in office and it's completely not actually touching any medical thing so far. So at least with that, so that you don't even have to concern it, like think about it as a medical setting, because it's not. In that sense, it's actually pretty nice. It's better than I thought, okay? And the 2 leads are what I call enough dramatized, but the normal enough people. They're both kind of sensible, logical adults who definitely are not like so drama oriented, character-wise, personality-wise, which I am grateful. Okay, it's less of a tropey setup of the CEO and the the normal girl type of things, and I'm so choppy. I hope I don't look terrible. But on my end, I am constantly choppy, which is very annoying. Please, internet, hold up. Oh, a Polish. Well, Merry Christmas. You managed to catch. Really? It's boring later? Okay, good. So that I don't have to continue watching it. Also, the thing is, I think Zhang Bingbing used his own voice, right? But Xu Lu didn't. So it's a bit weird. Like that contrast is a bit weird. Bright Future, I watched up to episode 14, 15, something like that, or even more actually. I can't remember exact, but it's like in the middle of the teen numbers, and I stopped. It's actually not such a well done drama of its genre. You see, sometimes even with Kong Sheng and Zhong Yangguan doesn't quite work that well. I think the script is most to blame for the. Basically, the story is not that interesting. The characters development, like you don't get hooked by any of those people. While it's on, it's okay, but once it's off, there's little reason for you to hook you to go back to check what happens later. Very much unlike the Ming that happened 2 years ago, right now, right, thinking about the timing, where you're hooked, even it's super short, even it's like so far removed from most of people's life who are watching this type of drama, yet you really care about Huang Xuan, Re Yizha, the couple of roles, their fate, whether they can make it. You know, you're like on the side of them is, can you make it? It's like a form of entrepreneurship of those people, and they're fighting against all those challenges and trying to get out of the poverty, sort of like abject poverty place that they were born into. And it's very blood pumping. Like you're on their side, you're like hoping they can succeed. And every time they hit a milestone, you're like, right? It's very emotionally sort of like taking you along the line. Whereas the Bright Future, it's basically all those officials of China right now, right? Like all those government workers sorting out all the messy big and little things in their work. That's what the drama is. Day in, day out, they do those things, you know, but like they have big meetings, which is true. That's how it works, bureaucracy and everything. Endless meetings and stuff, but it's like, why should I care? I watch like 10, 15 episodes. I'm like, oh, why should I care? I don't care about all your meetings. Like, I know this happens all the time. And I'm very familiar with like how it all, I grew up kind of in an environment where everybody surrounding me, like there's the people who are like the elder people in your world, like the aunts and aunties who all work in sort of government, different types of like organizations. So like I'm really familiar with the type of language and vibe and what people do, but it's like, I don't care. It's like watching my dad's life basically, but obviously decades later, right, in a different environment. And it's very boring in a way. So I couldn't find, yeah, well, if it's choppy, it will get better, okay? It's internet. I just find that drama, story-wise, there's not even one plot that I care about, or not even one character that I really care. Like, I want them to succeed, or I'm worried about them. I'm not. Watch drama is like, huh, okay, cool, it happens. Move on. So. Alchemy of the Soul, I'm waiting for information. What is that? Is that what? I have no idea. I took a look at the Chinese animation of the Three Body, and nah. I feel it's just too hard a task for any not super wildly talented people to take on. Honestly, the IP is too hard. So we will be talking about a couple of dramas that we are likely to see next year. I will put it on my screen, okay, later. But let me just hope first that the video goes back to normal, like it's not super breaky. Then I will. Also, like I'm putting my video out at a really weird ratio. It should still look like 16 by 9 on your end, but supposedly some people did some mathematics and they say if you put it out at this ratio, pixel ratio, it would be the sharpest. Actually, sharper than the standard 1080 and 1920, because of how compression happens and how the units of pixels gets calculated and put out. Anyway, so I think probably people can't tell the difference, but hopefully it's working. World Cup. Oh yeah, let's just like before that, right? Let's just shortly talk about World Cup. I think this is a good result, right? It's very story-like. It almost feels like it's like I don't know. I know he's so big in China, and people have such a strong reaction, particularly the fans of Argentina, and it's really been that long. Hey, 36 years, and it exactly covers the life of the big star's life. Before, right after he was born, after a year or two, right after Argentina's last win, and his whole lifetime is devoted to this. And right at the point where, you know, retirement is coming up, he gets it. And you know, it can't be more perfect. It's almost like a written script. So it's like a written script for a good story. Somebody should make a film about that for sure. I don't see why they wouldn't want to make a sports movie. It's just too perfect. It's like timing is just legend. And also the final match, you know, the actual game is insanity. Can't believe, like, I can't imagine for the people who are actually in the arena and watching, like what it was like, the stadium, what happens, you know, at the end of the whole, almost at the end of the match, boom, suddenly it becomes a tie, and then you go into extra time, and then suddenly somebody gets one going, and the other guy also gets one, and now we have to do the final. It's just so perfectly written. It's almost like fate writes a crazy match in the most dramatic sense, right? And then probably one of the best finals, or the best final in the history of World Cup. Think about that. So for the people who actually bought ticket and got in there, they have the thing to talk about for the rest of their freaking life. They can brag this to their grandkids. It's like, do you know, I was there. You know, like, look at, and these days you have phones, you have camera, you have like internet. You can literally have that kept for like the next 100 years. You can have yourself on video proving that you're actually in the place when it happened, and just brag about that to your grandkids for till the end of your life. That was like money well spent. That's like some kind of money you spend like can't once in a lifetime, or once in even like the history of a sport, right? Only happens once, and you happen to be there. No amount of money can. So for people who ever, like, you know, were lucky enough to got the ticket, no matter how expensive that is to get in there, like, lucky you bastards. Well, don't feel bad for the young guy, right? He has a bright future ahead of him, as long as if he doesn't F it up himself. He's so young. He's so young, you know? He's like the next big star, so as long as Earth is still rotating and the sport is still on planet Earth, he's got plenty of future opportunities to shine. Yeah, the best finals. I agree, it's one of the best ever. In the history of the sport, but also in World Cup, probably the best, because it's insanity. Anyway, because I remember that night, I wasn't, because it was morning where I am, I was filming my videos. So I wasn't looking at internet. Until I finished, it's already passing midday. And I turned on social media in China, and just like, oh, endless scrolling of people from all types of walks of life, all kinds of different content creators. The people who don't usually care about football were screaming. Social media blackout. It's you can't find nothing apart from World Cup, like endless, and I'm like, okay. Cool. Even for people who actually recently caught COVID in China, which is a huge thing, is everybody is catching it now. Like people who are like having a fever, who are like who are sick, but while they were sick, they were screaming. It's so that's one good thing that has happened in December for sure. Very, you know, it's like that type of thing happens. You feel like probably there is a back-end program of this world running, and some things are meant to happen, and you feel like they're destined people for certain things and destined events, and it's so intentionally designed it cannot be more perfect. So let's talk about dramas. Okay, no crazy weather out, but it's very white, you can tell, and it's very frozen. Jingchen got cancelled. Well, she's not cancelled. I don't think she's cancelled, but she did get very bad press for this. Technically, it's not any type of thing you can cancel her on, because it's not against the law. It's not like tax evading and that type of thing. So she's not cancelled, no. But she gets mocked at basically by internet in China. And I said, like, it just makes it really. And to me, it's like in the future, it'll be very weird to keep watching her dramas and not feel weirded out, because it's just very uncomfortable. and I know, like, you can't ask everybody to be super sort of like knowing everything going on in the world, but then you're not 3 years old. You're in your 30s, an adult woman who has lived on this planet for that long, and that level of ignorance is pretty scary. And in the future, basically, when you watch her stuff, you would be thinking, you know, like, I don't know. It's just gonna be very weird when you watch that, and it's like, oh come on. It's hard to turn back your impression of this person, you know, from after seeing this. It's just like emotionally, it's just very hard to like ignore that completely. Yeah, their level of ignorance, and I don't think she actually knows what she was doing, basically. Because if she knows, she wouldn't be doing it. And she's just fully ignorant. And it's pretty scary. Like I said, you're not 3 years old. Well, if you're in China, you're gonna get it now. It's like, most likely everybody's gonna get it, because the density of population, once it goes basically, it's like, we're not gonna control it anymore. It's not 90% of people, a city population. We're not talking about the villages. Eventually villages will get that too, but first round, most big cities, everybody's gonna get it, because you live in those apartment buildings. You don't live in single houses, right? Your ventilation, your water is connected. All the sewage and all the ventilation are contacting each other. So it get one positive household, it's gonna go everywhere. And no matter how hard you try to block it, right? You can't block really. If it's long enough, you're gonna get it. Unless you live in a single house, and then you can fully control who enters it. And when you get into your space, you know, you basically have a room in between. It's like you UV light it, or you disinfect that room, and you put everything you go out, you know, in there, and then you have clean clothes going into your home. If you can control that, you may not get it. But if you don't live in that kind of house in China, you're gonna get it. It's just sooner or later. So, and the stars, because they have to work, they have to go to ceremonies, they go to events, they have to go to crew shooting dramas where hundreds of people are on site. Honestly, there's no way that they can run away from it. If they're still working, they're gonna get it. Unless they're super, like they have super, like certain people have the antigen, like the naturally, you know, immune to it. Unless they're like that, they're all gonna get it. So that's what happened. So for all the Chinese actors that you care about, know that they're gonna get it. All of them. Very soon, actually. As long as they're working, they're gonna get it. If they're not working, they're like hiding in the mountain, then maybe not. Okay, so what else? Well, let's talk. Oh yeah, Nana. You people know everything, right? Know everything what's going on. You know what's going on with Jing Chen and her stupidity. You know what's going on with Ouyang Nana and her 割韭菜. Her chive cutting actions of ripping off her fans. Crap quality sleeping gowns and whatever, like robes, and that's cost, like she 10 times or like 10 to 15 times the profit of the stuff. And it just got so mocked at on the internet. Anyway, is it for sure now? Like the is the Fu Tuyuan Wang Hedi's one? Because the rumor is saying 29th, right at the end of this year. But before I sat down, I haven't seen confirmation. Maybe it just got confirmed. Did it? If you saw it, let me know. Okay. End of the Moon trailer. I have a feeling that drama is gonna suddenly drop, and it's gonna show up like before you even see a trailer. So let's talk about dramas. Let me put it out. So we're gonna go through a couple of dramas that are, I don't see why they don't come out next year, and probably sooner than next year, some of them. I start with contemporary ones, and then we're gonna move to period dramas, because there are, at least on my list, okay, things that I'm keeping an eye on. There are more contemporary ones than, and then more period ones than contemporary ones. So, contemporary one, starting with 西出玉门. This one is in post-production. 白宇 and Nini. For this type of adventure drama, okay, adventure drama, I really am very cautiously optimistic about it. Because it's not really the strongest genre. Looking at everything that has ever happened in this genre in Chinese dramaland, we really don't have very successful adaptations or just original creation IP in this type of genre. Recently, probably only the Kendo in Tomb one with Pan Yueming, Zhang Yuqi. That team has worked really well, and they've produced consistently 2-3 series that are working well. Apart from that, you can't think of another IP that actually worked really well, right, in this genre. So, very, very cautious. Even it has Nini, which I like, and Baiyu, which I also like, you know, like these two leading. First is, I'm trying to imagine what the chemistry would be like between these two, and my brain cannot form a picture. So it's just not, like, I don't yet, all right, can get like how that will work, but it may work out well. Then basically the nature of this type of story, we don't have good track record in Chinese dramaland. Okay, and then yeah, Jing Han is in it. I think previously it was Jing Chao, but then couldn't make it because of the lockdown earlier this year in Shanghai for 2-3 months. Then nobody can get in and get out, and the actor was trapped. So they had to film this, and they grabbed Jing Han to replace Jing Chao. I'm very, very, very disappointed about that. Honest opinion, okay? Oh shit! Song of the Moon really starts from episode 13. Oh, that's too much of a. You know, I hate to watch dramas that are like, you have to watch from that episode and it got good. I'm like, why can't they do it from episode 1 to do it good? And if it only gets good from 13, then starts from episode 13. Cut all the stuff out. You know, like, it's no excuse for you to not make the whole thing good right from the beginning. And if I don't have anything to do, you know, like, I may try, but I don't have time. If I have to think about how I use my time, I just say, well, it may actually really got good later, but I have to sit through the first 10 episodes that are probably not going to be very good use of my time, so I have to think about that. I see the Harrison Ford in Baiyu, really? He's okay, he needs to put on more muscle. He needs to go back to his Han Chen time. You know, the early days when he was acting with Yang Rong, where he's the policeman who single-handedly grabbed her and threw her on his back and on the bike without wiring and without any special stuntman. It's actually his own doing, and jumping off these staircases. If you remember that drama, like this spiraling down the staircase, cool shot, right? Baiyu needs to get back to that level of, and even more, to be a Harrison Ford. He's right now too skinny. He's so skinny. And he's the narrow type of person. When you look at from his side, he almost doesn't have the like width. He's so skinny. And because of that body shape, he actually had 2 hospitalizations, I think, in his career history, of getting the what's the medical term? I don't know the English one. Chinese one is 气胸. Usually happens when there's a like car accident or any type of sudden, your lung get pressed down by the gas that builds up, and then you need to get it relieved, otherwise you can't breathe type of situation. Anyway, it can happen when you are doing sports like basketball and not being careful, because a friend of mine actually had it when he was playing basketball, and it was bad, almost killed him. Emergency room. So Baiyu needs this. He needs to build himself up, otherwise he would not convince me. Okay, so that's the first one. Right. Oh, okay, I see. Because I saw the clip. Taboo. I saw the clip on internet about the male lead dying. Okay, I did see that. I can see where it is coming if I have time. If I have time, I'll try my best. So the next one is gonna go on, I think, CCTV. Actually, this one, China Central Television satellite, is gonna grab this one. Knockout, Kuangbiao. It's the dark crime story that features a hell lot of famous people. Zhang Yi is gonna be leading it. So acting-wise, at least he's there. You know, you can kind of guarantee a level of very watchable acting coming from the leads. You have Li Yitong, you have many famous people. Let me see who are in there. I think it has Zhang Songwen. It has everybody is famous in this drama. That's it. Let me just enlarge this a little bit just to see, because this poster is too small for people. I can't even see their faces. Let me just... I grabbed those images off the internet. Let me see who they are. Yes, Zhang Songwen, Li Yitong. Anyway, it's all famous people. Kuangbiao. And it's already... CCTV already said it's on their list for next year, so definitely it's gonna come out. Oops, what did I do? Well, live stream software has its own ideas about how things should be working. Okay, so that one, probably one of those collapsing lung. Yeah, somebody. Can't pronounce it, but you are probably right. The classic type of things that happens in all dramas where people poke a pen in your chest and let you breathe. Yeah. The actor Bai, I think he had twice like that kind of surgery, if I haven't remembered wrong, right? From my early days of Guardian collecting information back then. And there's a very low budget film that he did where he plays a Tang Dynasty, like one of his, like Tang Dynasty policemen almost. If you've watched that one, it's a short movie that his friends did, or so it's almost like no pay, and he got in there because they couldn't get a male lead to act, and he went in helping right after his surgery. So good for him, being a good friend. So that film, that tiny sort of digital film was done, low budget digital film was done right after, I think, one of his surgery. Zhang Bingming's voice is good enough, and his line delivery is pretty good, so it's good for him to keep doing that for his own role. It would be even weirder if it's done by other people, because he's already kind of at a level where a lot of people know what he sounds like, particularly after the popularity of Rattan. So it would be really awful if he got dubbed, right? So that's a good thing that he's doing that. Where can I watch Guardian English sub? People help. I don't know now, because previously I think it's pretty easy. I'm not sure where it, because it's an old drama now. Think about it, 4 years, over 4.5 years. I don't know where you can find it now with English sub. So if anyone knows, please help out. Does Vicky have it? I have no idea, because Vicky, sometimes they change, right? They don't always have the same thing. Sometimes they change certain things to like a different pass, normal standard pass, and then they give you like some kind of like more expensive stuff. They keep moving their library around, so I don't know if it is there now. Next one, highly anticipating this one. 赤子之心. No English title yet, but the word itself, if you watch a lot of Chinese dramas, you probably already have heard about it many times. The heart of a naked baby. Basically, that's what it means. It means somebody who has extremely untempered, a type of extremely untempered view of the world that's like coming from a baby's perspective. And it's usually thought of as a really good thing, particularly when you are old. And you can still maintain that kind of perspective on things. It's meant to be a good thing. 赤子之心. So, it's a medical drama. And when it has that type of title, you can almost feel like where they're coming. Thank you, R.L. White, for your super chat. Hiya! Hiya! Is that a dog or a fox? I think it's a dog, right? It's one of those, what's the English word for it? I forgot. 柴犬. Liu Haoran looks like that type of dog. So this one is a contemporary medical drama, and it's by 周有婷、毛晓彤、金世佳, 3 leading actors. They're oh cool. It's on yo cool. What am I thinking? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be original voice because I don't see for these 3 actors why they wouldn't. All right, there's no problem in that. It's contemporary drama. So again, and then their released materials from their posters. At least this is like at least the people who are doing the posters, they have their kind of a I would say they have their creative pursuit. They have something they're aiming for. They're not just making an average drama and put it out there and get money. You feel they are trying to say something with that, but then it's only the posters, right? It could totally be that photographer is just a really good one and who has ideas about things, instead of actually the drama itself will do that. But let's hope if they're working together and they're closer in vibration, so that they would do similar things. I hope this drama turned out to be a good one. I really highly hope for this one. Okay. Cynthia, thank you for your super chat. And what is this? Is that a robot? It's so funny. Like you can pick these type of things. I have no idea how you do that, but it's so adorable. Level plus. Mao Xiaotong, she's such a sassy lady. She's so cool. Particularly the famous internet moment of tearing apart the garbage ex-boyfriend. It's gonna stay on China internet and entertainment history's glorious moment list forever. Badass girl. I like her. And she's a pretty solid actor. To if you don't consider any of that, just by like all the sort of hardware and software requirement for being a good actor, she's pretty good. So that one highly look forward to. Don't know when, but I definitely will like. Please give me a good medical drama, like a solid 8. Okay, so 10 numbers grading of rating on Douban to the full mark. Give me an 8 or 8+ medical drama, contemporary one from Chinese Dramaland. Please, I want one, and I want it to be this one. Please. Praying so hard. Akina 13, thank you for super chat. Suddenly, people just start to throw me super chat. Thank you very much. What if it's choppy? It may get better later. I'll be talking less now, and then wait for it to look more normal, and then start to talk about the other dramas. Does super cold weather affect internet speed? Because right now outside it's not windy. It's hardly moving. Well, there is a bit wind, but probably it's like under 20k. So maybe minus 20 something degree is gonna make your internet go slower. I have no idea. Oh, today is Dongzhi. It's Chinese 24 seasonal sort of marking of a year. Today is Dongzhi. It's one of the biggest one in winter. Usually, historically on this day, emperors will have huge ceremonies Like one of the biggest sort of ancestral offering to heavens and that type of big ceremony happens on Dongzhi of the year today. I just realized that. Minus 21 feels like minus 32 outside. Heavens, look at that. It doesn't focus. Can you see the number? Feels minus 32. Too much. I can't watch ER show. It's painful. Ah, really? Cool. Thank you, Claudia. So blame Canada. Do the South Park thing. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Imagine my shock, right? After learning English in high school in China, right? I still remember the first time I came across the movie version of South Park, where that famous that song, right? I'm not gonna sing it. I was like, that actually exists? Holy shit, what English have I been learning? It's nothing in comparison to how people actually use it in real life. Blame Canada. Bright future, okay, it's not a bad drama, but it's not very engaging drama. So the type of drama that it's unlikely to get high rating because nobody really cares about it that much. You are not 3G, you know, you don't have the motivation to like keep watching it every day. It's like, can't wait, when's the next episode? It's so not that type of drama. You almost like never feel, can't wait. You're like, whatever. Yeah, South Park. Or even like Happy Tree Friend or Happy Tree Friend. That is so over the top. Oh, heavens. People actually do that type of thing. My world was widened by these animations. BL drama, no news. Highly likely completely all buried. Unless they can like basically repackaging it. Completely repackaging it, repositioning it, completely cut off any possibilities of fandom involvement, of CP shipping going crazy on the internet, completely taking the BL hint out of it, which I don't see how you can do it, because all the original work, all the novels that those dramas are based on are BL novels, or BL, yeah. It's like they can't take that part out because everybody knows it's from those novels. How can you do it to make it not, right? So unless they can do that, they can come out. Otherwise, right now, there are too many more important things people worry about instead of BL novel adaptation dramas. So even the actors, you know, they're still moving on to other things. They're still filming. Like, see, all the actors who've been in those dramas, like all the next projects they've done, right, have nothing to do with it. Because they probably know, oh shit, this is like not a good idea to do now. So, I mean, Lighter and Princess has already happened for Arthur. Happy Tree Friend. Happy Tree Friend is like watching that feels like your head and leg and arm or anytime can just fly out of your body. Can buy those BL dramas. It's not gonna work like that. So basically this type of dramas, right, they have to go through China censorship. And then, like, they can't just go straight to foreign and never air in China. It's not gonna happen. Unless those people who are involved in this production do not want to do this business anymore. So this is my last drama. For example, the producer and the company and the actor says, this is my last drama in this world. Once I've done it, I will never work in China anymore. Then you can do it. And they will never have a career in China anymore. They will be completely shut down. So it's just almost impossible for a foreign platform to buy that type of drama that's being produced in China but hasn't aired and hasn't gotten through censorship in China and just go straight to foreign land. That would be like a death, career death for all those people involved. So unless they want to do that, or just wait for a couple of years until people are like, yeah, it's irrelevant now, the popularity of BL, this whole genre, we've completely smothered it, so now whatever. I don't know these things. Now next one, 龙城, another Baiyu drama, maybe gonna come out really soon. I just feel like they've been talking about this thing on iQIYI for too long, and why not put it out? This is based on a novel that has this, not my type of thing, but anyway, it's based on a novel that has a really, really entangled family member relationship type of story. And yeah, you're watching it mostly just for Baiyu and Ma Yili, I'd say. I mean, they can probably pull this off pretty well, but I need to see the whole thing, the actual vibe of the story, whether it's gonna work on me or whether it's just gonna get too depressing again. The type of really energy letting down, heavy sinking drama. If it's that case, I don't know. These days, life is too. 龙城. Sorry about that. This poster is. Why do they have to do this poster in this angle? But they are doing it that. So you have to look at them from sideways. Yeah, Guo Jingming is the director. Yeah. Oh yeah, he knows how to make. Okay, he knows how to make people look pretty. I'd say. The costume that the Yu Shuxing and Zhang Linghe are filming, the Yun Zhiyu, that drama right now, right? The look of it, the people's styling look pretty nice, but I hope they don't have cringy lines, okay? Because Guo Jingming's lines are always so cringy. It's like maximum cringing possibility in Chinese language. Oh, just like I hear 小时代 and I hear 绝技's line in my head, and like all my goosebumps and like falling on the floor. That level of unbelievably cringy words and language. So good luck, Yu Shuxing and Zhang Linghe, not dying saying those lines. Baiyu. Hating him in love too. So that one likely to come out soon. This one I highly look forward to. 尘封13载 13 Years in Dust. I think that's the English title. It's a short drama iQIYI produced. It's a crime drama. It's a multiple sort of generation of policemen involved solving an old cold case type of like classic storyline you have in this type of drama. Yeah, the two Chen actor, Chen Jianbing and Chen Xiao. So just because it's these two, I am definitely gonna check it out. I hope it's good enough. You know, I don't hope it's a masterpiece for Chinese dramas of this type, but just like as long as it's like reasonably good, then it's good enough. What else can I say? It's Chen Jianbing and Chen Xiao. And Chen Xiao is gonna be a policeman again, but this time not an undercover one, a proper one who's in uniform all the time, I think. Okay. My camera, focus on me, Panasonic, do your job. Don't focus on the back, you silly monkey. Bring it forward! Unbelievable, see my camera? It just does not want to work. It wants to focus on the plant that's behind me. Okay, so when I hide the plant, it focuses on me. When I show the plant, it's just gonna go to the back. I don't know why. I guess Panasonic likes green stuff. Yeah, it's a short one, and it's a old case, cold case got sort of visited because a new version shows up, and then the older and younger policemen go investigate. Very classic type of story. Lost Forever, yeah, that one should come out soon. I don't have it on my list today, but I just remembered. The 谭健次, Yang Zi, Deng Wei, Zhang Wanyi one, right? My honest opinion is I hold zero hope for that drama. Don't kill me. But I have zero anticipation of that drama. The only thing I hope from that drama is don't make my impression of any of the actors that I have in my head worse by watching that drama and by having that drama out there. Honestly, that's my prayer. My prayer for Lost You Forever is don't make it worse for them. That would be good enough. Okay. Because the vibe of that whole production, how it's done, the speed of it, how it's been promoted, and the way it's the type of story it was starting from beginning when it's on paper. I don't know if adaptation is gonna do much to change it, and just how this team is put together and how it just does not feel like it's one of those you should keep your hope high drama. Okay. Based on my experiences of watching way too many Chinese dramas, please don't destroy my good impression about. Actually, 谭健次、邓为, Zhang Wanyi, they're all very, very positive in my mental space. So please, drama, don't destroy it. 动画雾山五行, I think, from China is pretty good. There's a couple of really good ones in recent years. 卷思量 is pretty nice. If people know, can you type it out for them? Because on my end, I'm on a software where I cannot type, but if I go on the YouTube page, it often causes it to lag. So it's just the condition of, I've tried it before, somehow it doesn't work very well. So 卷思量 is an animation that's a 3D. 雾山五行 is a 2D. Recently, anything good? Like, there are people who know it better than I do, for sure. So, if you watch a lot of animation and you think it's good, type it out. Yeah, 张彬彬代旭. 代旭 is, he's in the Homesick drama, right? That's just starting airing on iQIYI. The thriller drama, 张子枫 and Mei Ting leads. Dai Xu is a policeman in a drama. He is so good. You know, Dai Xu is the type of actor I see him work till his 80s if he's healthy enough. And he can play anything. And he would not necessarily be the famous for being a leading man type of actor, but he would be the type of actor where everybody would be so trusting in his ability. And when people cast him, they know we're safe. Like, when you have this role and you have him doing it, you don't have to worry about, like, you don't have to spend any extra energy on fixing any problems he may create. He probably will deliver you surprise, things you didn't expect that he is going to give you. He's going to add value to your production and minus all problems that you can imagine for any actors to give a production. He's that type of actor. So I so see him working till his 80s as long as he is healthy, because who wouldn't want that type of, like, the golden worker who can do their job and usually do it better than you expect and do not give you trouble. Best. TVB, old TVB drama, yeah, they're good. Old TVB medical drama, old TVB police drama, they're all very, very good. They're like proper story, well written. Golden days are gone. NIF3 is not gonna come out next year, because they're probably not gonna start shooting until later half of next year if they're fast. So that means no way it's gonna come out next year. Usually 2024. Let's hope for that. Very unlikely to actually have NIF3 happening earlier than the very end of next year, like right now, or into 2024. This is the other, yet another nothing but something, right? This is the nothing but love, the 爱情而已，三十而已，而已 drama. We've had a lot of 而已 drama. 吴磊 and 周雨彤. Yeah, I also feel this one should come out soon enough because they definitely have finished post-production. Contemporary dramas are fast to do. And, well, let's see if the chemistry works. Honestly, for this type of drama, if it works, it probably wouldn't be too bad. Contemporary romantic drama about an office lady and tennis player, tennis coach. I think that's Wu Lei. Well, you're gonna see him doing sports and sweating and muscles. One of the most valuable selling point of Wu Lei these days is how fit he is. Young and fit. the kind of like, you know, energy that 姐姐喜欢，姐姐们喜欢 older sisters like. Yeah, somebody was talking about Demon. You're talking about the 无限超越班, the Youku. The Youku are doing that again. They're doing this type of talent, like actor selecting show again. It's so cringy, heavens. And you already see the script. Because that director of that show is famous for that type of script for his entertainment shows. And it's going to be right from the beginning, every ridiculous scenario, imaginable and unimaginable, getting on internet traction, trending hashtags, ridiculous, get people ridiculed, and then on internet and people laugh at it, making content about it, and get all the talks going. And then at the end of this show, it's going to be happy, big family. All the older actors is like appreciating the young talents and, you know, like, yeah, you've improved so much at the end of the whole thing. And it's all just like, I already see the script of this whole show and where it's going. And I'm like, ah. It's like all the judges of that show, the Youku 无限超越班 show, is so famous. All the famous people are there. And then all the candidates, the younger guys and girls are like, who are you? Honestly, they're like so, right now in Chinese dramaland, like third tier. I mean, only a couple who are not, okay, let's say, like Guo Xiaoting and Zheng Yecheng, they're not. They don't belong. They're here to basically, they're just stir up the water and clearly showing you the contrast between crappy stuff and good enough stuff. But majority, okay, of those people are like, who are you? Like, who are you? What's your name? Like, where have I seen you before? Youku is just so pathetic in their desperate like hope for traffic because they're not doing very well clearly. Yeah, I feel really bad for Han Yinzi, Zhao Han Yinzi. She wasn't like this before. If you remember, very early on, she actually has been in industry for very long, and before she changed her name and did all the plastic surgery to herself, she was a pretty decent actress, and she was not like now. Like right now, what she looks like is a totally different person. It's like her personality got stolen. People are saying like she is like 夺舍. She's like the Wei Wuxian who got into the guy's body and started the story. It's a totally different person. She right now, the way she speaks, it's just like the whole person's like, even like when you look in her eyes, it's like a different person in there. It's so scary. It's like a live. It's like a real case of like somebody got body or soul swapped. She does not look like the old herself. Everything considered, personality, the way she speaks, the way she moves, just like the vibe of the person, and then the plastic surgery. She's completely a different person now. It's it's unrecognizable almost. I feel really bad anyway for her. Early days of her stuff is good. Now she's like soulless. She can't, like her acting is completely wooden right now. But she wasn't like this before. Before she was pretty good. I'm talking about Zhao Han Yinzi, the girl. the girl who said she is 敌命梦渣 in 无限超越版. Yeah, she feels like she's a different person now. Totally. I don't know what's happened. Maybe some really bad things happened, but you never know. You never know. Just like look at her old stuff, her old footage of her interviews, of her drama, and look at her now. Honestly, I don't think even her relatives and her parents can recognize it's the same person. It's totally different. It's at that level of unimaginable. Yeah. If you've watched Chinese drama long enough and many of her older dramas, you would not recognize her right now in her new stuff. Not just because of the plastic surgery. It's just the thing behind the eyes are totally different now. It's very scary. I don't know what happened. So that one also is gonna go on CCTV. Her way of talking actually is really suitable for live streaming selling. Like, you know, those live 直播带货, right? Live streaming selling stuff is gonna work really well for her. 三体 Three Body Chinese version, CCTV Central Television next year. They've already said they have it and they're gonna put it out. Let's hope it's not too bad. As long, I think because the animation has come out and it's been so criticized in China right now, the animation version, people are not very happy about it. So as long as the television version is better, sorry about this, okay, I did it too short, so I constantly had to make it. As long as the animation, as long as the television one is better than the animation, people probably will let it go. Not gonna be very harsh about it, which might be a good thing. And then because Netflix has their own version of this, right? And I don't know when that one is gonna come out, but they've significantly changed the script. They've changed a lot of characters because it's made by Netflix, right? They can't find all the Chinese actors. They're gonna change nationality, gender even, and adding new characters and moving it around. It's gonna be a very different Three Body than the Chinese version. So for people who are doing comparative studies, that type of thing, good material for you to use. It's gonna show up soon enough, I think, next year. It will be sad if it's not well made, but it's a hard as hell IP to make well. Honestly, whether it's China or US, I just don't think anyone right now in this world can do justice to this IP. No matter, like, everything regarded. And in any way being, let's say, thoughtful and authentic enough in a way, like, to the original works, idea of things, like to the original author, but then having their own thoughts on that, but then not doing it with integrity, basically, is very hard. Because this IP, on one hand, it's a sort of hard sci-fi. It has a lot of very high-flying, but based on reality and quite imaginative ideas about the scientific things. Dimensions, right? Technology, universe, all that type of laws and stuff. On the other hand, it's actually a very political novel. Particularly the second one and the third one. If you think about the second, third, and the ideas that's being, it's almost like a fairy tale metaphor way of looking at humanity and politics. It has so much political content in it, and these days, you know, there really isn't a body in this world who can do justice to the original work. In the process of adaptation for this IP, whether it's the Chinese one or the American one, they're gonna so spin it, not just from, like, even from the particular creator, their own angle of things, their views of politics, and it's gonna have so much 夹带私货 going on, which means you probably cannot hold back the temptation of adding in all those your personal. It's gonna be very weird, basically, this whole adaptation process, and whether it's the Chinese version or it's the US version, I just don't think first, whoever makes it is gonna get very controversial, and then it's gonna be very, very, very hard to actually be staying very close to the original work's overall ideas about things. It's gonna be very, very hard. Okay, people are gonna try to like dress up this baby however they want. And, yeah, it's such a complicated IP. Yeah. Anyway, it will be very interesting to see this. There's like a whole host of like a thesis worth doing thing just about this IP and its adaptation. It'll be so interesting to do that. Okay, animation was let down. Yeah, animation was really bad. That one, iQIYI, 我要逆风去, Rising with the Wind. Okay, so it's about fashion industry. It's about shoemaking, I think, and it's about entrepreneurs starting from. It's because Chinese a sports brand, local native sports brand in the last couple of decades do have a couple of very famous brands that made it big, but also had a really turbulent history of fighting against all the big international like Nike and Adidas and all the imaginable big names. So if they're actually researching into the history of the local Chinese native brands, how they developed and over the years and all the stories, that might be very interesting. If they're just using it as like a camouflage for a romantic story, then it may be very bad. So I have no idea about the script quality of 我要逆风去 with 钟楚曦 and Gong Jun. It's made by Hengxin Yinli, so it's made by the Canglanjue company. Yeah. But this is totally dependent upon how good the script is. And I just am a little bit worried, honestly, about this topic. And look at this poster. It's like they're going on a big fashion show. you know, like Zhong Chuxi and Gong Jun, they are so model looking. Like they're so walking the show. Okay, let me try to. I can't enlarge this. I only have a trackpad. I don't have my mouse on this computer, so bear with me as I adjust. Look at that. We're here to walk the show. Look at that. I'm wondering how much of that's the spirit of being entrepreneur and investor, like angel investor type of story is gonna go on in this, and how much of just like camouflaged romantic story that's actually not very well written is gonna be in this. We have to wait and see. Because Hengxin, although Canglanjue is pretty good, yeah, this type of contemporary drama is a different type of drama. Until you see it, you can never quite know. Yeah, they're so. Particularly, I think Gong Jun plays the venture capital guy. He's the guy who invests in companies, and Zhong Chuxi plays the entrepreneur who creates her own fashion brand in China. Yeah, I am convinced about that. Oh, good. Yeah, Gong Jun plays the venture capital guy. It's like the Jin Shijia guy in 20 Your Life On, you know, particularly the first series, the tall, handsome, dark, super like well dressed and constantly looking amazing guy who is actually, yeah, his real job is to just throw money at companies. Such idealization of people who work in this industry. Most of them actually should be like really old guys in their 40s, 50s, and going bald and beer bellied. I'm just saying, like the venture capital guy himself looks more like a fashion model than the actual fashion industry person. Needs a lot of convincing, basically. Gong Jun was dubbing for his drama with Yang Mi. He's been working on it, I can tell, but how much can he improve on that? And also doing period. Because period dramas are harder. When you dub, it's harder to dub period dramas than contemporary dramas if you're not a good dubber. Because you have a standard way of talking in period dramas that are more removed from the normal way of talking if you're a contemporary person. But then if you're a professional actor and when you want to relax into a very sounding like 21st century voice that is coming from a real person, it actually needs to take out all those polished sound, and it may be even harder for professional voice dubbers to do contemporary convincingly, putting it into the actor's mouth. But if you're doing reverse, you're doing period dramas and you're doing it yourself, but you are not very good at line delivery, you're gonna sound more ridiculous in period dramas than in contemporary dramas. I don't know if that's clear enough, but my own experience of playing with dubbing is like that. So, for Gongjun, if he dubs himself in Hu Yao Xiao Hong Niang, it's gonna be a lot of work for him. And it may, even with a lot of work, and it may not turn out to be very ideal. Still, it's hard, okay, for him right now, with his capacity right now. Yunxiang Zhuan, okay, so because they don't have like two people in one poster, vertical ones, they haven't had one, so I have to do this early one that they've done, which is Chen Xiao and Mao Xiaotong. They do have like, you have a lot of like those photos on internet now of them in the drama itself, but it's all those dimension big screenshot, no, production shots, so I don't put it here. You probably have already seen quite a lot. And I thought this drama is gonna come out this year, but still hasn't. I don't know what's stopping them. Ingenious One, it's the Ming Dynasty setting drama of a guy who is like, so Chen Xiao's role is like Mei Changsu, who cannot fight, doesn't know any kung fu. The girl is the fighter, Mao Xiaotong is the fighter, but he is the clever guy, he's the brain guy. Yeah. Can't wait. I'm today dressed in Ming Dynasty style, actually. I'm just gonna show you. But in this drama, Mao Xiaotong probably is gonna be dressed like a guy most of the time, because she's the fighter. Yeah, so the Ming Dynasty one, highly looking forward to it. I hate doing this hair thing, sorry. And I'm gonna show you the skirt. I got this skirt because it's a cat, and it's so adorable. Tuxedo cat. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so a lot of people are waiting for this one. I highly, highly look forward to this one. Ming Dynasty, Bond feet. I know Qing is running rampant with it. Ming, I have to go and actually research a bit. I don't think it's as bad as Qing, but probably if you're high class, you probably still have it done. I do think there's one very famous concubine of one emperor, I can't remember which one, who's known to have very tiny feet. And one of her one of her like things she brag about, which is absolutely ridiculous, but I do remember there's one person at least in history that's real. But for the rest, it is already a practice during Ming, but not as bad as Qing. Qing is super bad. Qing is like, oh, absolutely horrendous. So next one. Yeah, I like this poster because the pig is so cute. Ah, look at the piggy. Piggy is crying. Okay, let me just enlarge that again. 70吉祥, the, like, I don't know, like 7 lifetimes, something like that. So Ding Yuxi and Yang Chaoye looking at the piggy. Oh my god, the pig. It's so adorable. I like that art. And this is a tiger. Is it tiger or cat? Anyway. 一时冲动七时不祥. That's the original title, but now the drama version is 七时吉祥. I guess they don't want to hear it being 不祥, unlucky, okay, or inauspicious. So they turned it completely 180. 丁禹锡, Yang Chaoyue, and then you are gonna see Zhang Linghe as a guest star in this as well, because it happens in the Canlanjue universe, same universe, but different gods and fairies and stories. Yeah, I look forward to this one as well. And Ding Yuxi actually has a drama that just finished shooting yesterday, which is the 大理寺少卿, which is another period drama, the White Cat Legend, where he's like he is basically Lu Lingfeng in Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty. At the end of the drama, when Lu Lingfeng goes to 大理寺 to take his position. So in this drama, the one that just finished shooting, Ding Yuxi would be playing that type of investigator role in Tang Dynasty. But the original manga, I think, is his character is a cat. It's a white cat. But I don't know in the drama version whether they're gonna keep that setting where he is basically a cat person, like literally a cat, a white cat, or they're gonna just like ignore the fact that and just make him a human. I don't know, because so far from the release special feature I've watched, you don't see a cat in any way, but I don't know. So he's finished shooting a new period drama yesterday, and this one already probably 90% done next year. See which one goes out first, this one or the Fox Demon, because it both belongs to Hengxing, both kind of like, you know, depending on what Hengxing is planning for these two dramas. Okay. And 狐妖小红娘, well, it's that big one. You know, you all know what this is, right? Yang Mi, Gong Jun, also 郭晓婷, 陈都灵, 胡连心, Wei Zheming, even Zhang Linghe is gonna show up in this drama. So there's like a Hengxing in list. Everybody come and join drama. Okay, you're gonna see pretty much every, apart from the Canlanjue two leads. They're gonna all show up in this drama. Fox Demon Matchmaker drama. Probably one of the highest anticipated period fantasy drama next year so far, right? So 狐妖小红娘, and yeah, this is the first round of the poster they put out. Later they put out more stuff, but I can't help looking at Gong Jun's styling. I'm like, he's just like a V2 Wen Kexing. It's almost the exact same hair, just slight changes of the front, and because he has a couple of different looks. Some of them are like this, some do have this going on, right? So he has a couple of different styles, and this one Wen Kexing with a little bit more sort of like decorative stuff going on. So we shall see in this process of adaptation whether they've done a good version, because the original story is not exactly, you know, like the version you see now. So let's see. I before anything airs in Chinese drama, you should always just keep that like reasonably. Then this one also, you know what it is, right? The Kunning Palace one. I hope they change the name. I just feel it sounds very Qing Dynasty, because Kunning Gong is a Qing Dynasty palace. 宁安如梦, Zhang Linghe and Bai Lu. Well, this time he plays a bad guy. I mean, not a bad guy, but like one of those like dark brooding guy, instead of the pure deer god of Canlanjue. And the one that he's shooting with Yu Shuxing right now, he's also not such a bright guy. So this guy, I mean, he's still looking at all those dark brooding characters and trying to reverse your impression of him, reverse the audience's expectation, let's say. Let's hope it works out for him. I don't see why they don't put it out next year. So this drama probably is also gonna get squeezed in amongst the other period dramas that's gonna air. 张凌赫, 白鹿. I mean, at least in this photo, it looks pretty nice. I feel the moon was like photoshopped in. It's like very out of place, right? And also, just think about it. This is at night. Exterior, the moon is behind them, yet the front, like look how bright they got lit. It's like they're standing in front of a sun. So, when they took this photo, have they thought about like maybe lower the light will be better? Because it looks so weird. Ancient time, where do you find that source of lighting at middle of the night when the moon is bright shining behind you and you're like overexposed? Okay, so I picked this photo because it's the easiest one to find online that has both of them looking at each other like that. But then when I got it, I'm like, there's something awful about this drama, about this shot. What it is? What is it? Oh, the light. It's just such a weird lighting. I hope in the drama itself they don't actually lit people like that. You know, it's just for the promotion's sake to let you see them clearly. If in the drama at mid they lit people like that, well, disaster. Okay, please let's hope it's not actual lighting. Okay. We thought this drama gonna come out this year, everybody, because honestly, it could have come out in terms of production like earlier this year. Really, it's already done. It's been done for a long time. Yet until now, Youku still hasn't released it. So I don't know what's going on with Youku in terms of not airing this drama now or much earlier. I thought they're gonna put it out like middle of this year or something, but we have like what, 9 days to the end of 2022, and Le Zhuan is still nowhere to be seen. And this one also, look at the hair. just hide this like hair ornament in this part, and it's like Wen Kexing. He probably has figured out this is the best ancient period drama hair for him, and he's gonna wear that wig till the end of time. Where the hell is immortality? People, if you have any hope for BL dramas, don't. Okay, just completely forget they exist. And if they show up suddenly, think of it as a blessing. If they don't, it's normal. It has nothing to do with Tencent. I mean, Tencent in the whole world will be the one who wants to air this drama most, probably more than Arthur. Probably more than Chen Feiyu. Because Tencent put a shitload of money in this project, hoping to get shitload more money out of it. So far, hasn't worked for them. So it's a failure investment, a huge hole in their budget. So in this whole world, they will be the one who wants to put that drama out more than anybody. But it's not up to them. Okay? So you forget about that one, hey? You forgot about Le Zhuan existed. Like the two popular people who led this, on paper, actually rather exciting drama. This drama has so many torture moments for the male lead that you're gonna love it if you're a bloodthirsty bastard like I am. Because he's gonna fall off a cliff, he's gonna go blind, he's gonna have a couple of episodes of like really bad torture, okay, for Gong Jun's role. So for all those psychopaths out there, you want this drama, but it still hasn't aired yet. I don't know what happened to it. So, let's hope soon. I mean, if not now, I just don't see why they don't throw this out first quarter. Because you don't want this to run into Gong Jun's other dramas next year, right? That would be so embarrassing. Because Gong Jun has another one with Tencent. Gong Jun has another one with Aiqi. Aiqi one is the... Well, Aiqi has two. Yes. No. Yes. I can't remember. Anyway. 恒星引力. You have Fox Demon, you have the Rising with Wind, you have Contemporary, you have a period, and the Fox Demon is definitely gonna get a lot of attention. So you don't want it to run into that. Just check this one out, like first quarter. You're cool, be clever, okay? And think about if this has to run into another Gongjun drama where the female lead is Yang Mi. How awful and embarrassing that would be. Because that would be Dili about fighting off Yang Mi. Oh my god. I cannot imagine what fandom will look like if that happens. Holy shit. Already, I can see the Weibo sea of like war. So, fingers crossed, Youku are not stupid, although they always are, at dealing with this one. Just put it out at the right time, please. Oh, heavens. Night Wanderer. Well, yeah, that drama, they would have to AI switch, like face swap Dongwen out if they would want to reshoot it. Can't imagine the workload for post-production people. So, please, Youku, put this drama out at the right time. Don't create a Yang Mi against Dilirova scenario. Ooh, just think about that makes me shudder. Murder! This one, is it gonna come out on 29th? Anybody has confirmed information? Fu Tuyuan. What's the English name? Forbidden Love or something like that. It's so hard to remember these English titles. Yeah, Wang Hedi and Chen Yuqi and Zheng Li. That. Is it come out? Is it gonna come out? I don't know. Likely, because at least the rumor says 29th. But if it's confirmed, it's been confirmed while I'm live streaming. Because I haven't seen this confirmation yet. Is it confirmed? I mean, the closest rumor is 29th, but I don't know for this drama. Chen Yuqi. I feel like she got into the wrong career for herself. She really isn't really that suitable for being an actress. That's honestly how I would look at it. But yeah. Saying that is gonna get attract a lot of hate these days, because everybody like who basically has any audience base would have their fans, and they don't want to hear anything bad said about their stars. But she really, I don't know. I just feel acting is not really a suitable career for her. Wang Hedi, yeah. I'm just like, honestly, just in for it to look at Wang Hedi's acting. And then also, yes, see how Zheng Li is going to play off a chemistry with him. He works well with older sisters, really, really. Think about all the older girls he's paired up with. Qinlan, Yu Shuxin. Yu Shuxin is older, right? And then pretty much like, it just works. he is very, very suitable to pair up with older girls. It just works that way. Well, 古会那 I don't know. Some people may have like supports coming from places you don't know. That's it. And a lot of people who are in this industry, you never will find out what is really backing them up, that making them being able to pick roles and do things. You never will, but it definitely doesn't happen just because they're lucky. That's how I would put it. Go figure. It's the reality of this industry, okay? So if you see somebody who's like moderate in everything, in looks, in talent, or not even having any, but they keep getting leading roles, and people who are much, much better qualified than they are never can get, well, that means something is behind and playing that. And then you may or may never find out. Okay, it could be coming from all kinds of things. Could be political, could be their family background, could be also like money-wise, like they have big money backing them up for whatever reason. I mean, sometimes it really could just be like within nepotism, it's family. You don't know, like they are the niece or the nephew or the sons and grandsons of some really important people that you'll never find out. But hey, you know, so that in this like behind scenes walking around, and you know, like people was, he's that person's that person, okay, that person, okay. You know, there were that actor, I would not mention his name, but there was this actor who was leading this drama that got laughed at so much on China's internet, and then everybody who laughed at this person's stuff got deleted. It's forbidden to talk about that he's not good. Although he doesn't get new roles anymore because he's really, really not good looking and not good actor, and nobody want to use him, and that project will definitely sink. So he doesn't get any stuff anymore, but that ridiculous drama that he was leading, any criticism on it was like erased because he is the of another important person. And if you know who I'm talking about, don't type out the name, okay? or you can, because nobody's watching my channel, honestly, from China, who are important enough. I'm too small to catch any attention, basically. And then soon enough, it's gonna be buried. It's gonna be buried in a sea of content. No. He's not, because he's still getting roles. I'm talking about somebody who's not really getting any dramas. But so if you know, don't mention, okay? Jing Han is not, but Jing Han does come from a politically like the descendants of people. Okay, so if you're curious, that is. This one. Okay. One of the hopefuls to actually come out sooner than you think, but depending on what Youku is thinking. It would be awful though if Youku release this one before Untitled Zhuan, because Untitled Zhuan has been done for so long and they still haven't aired it. And this one is much more recent. They finished, like they started shooting earlier this year. They wrapped not so long ago. If they put this out, you know, Untitled Zhuan, that would be like, why do you do it? But hey. Yeah, she looks good, and she looks so photoshopped in this as well. Like this probably is only their face is real. Everything else is like photoshopped and drawn, or like so touched up I can't even tell like what is real or what isn't. But it's a pretty intense style. Hey, see if this one will work. What else can we say? It has Chen Duling, whose styling is also rather pretty. But in terms of the story itself, like I haven't read the novel, but I'll look at synopsis of the novel. I'm like, okay, very old-fashioned web novel type of story, and not my cup of tea type of thing. Yeah, totally. Okay, so let's hope the adaptation got like. When you have like a really old-fashioned web novel that once was popular but no longer is really so fitting in the current thing, and then you buy the copyright, you kind of just make it harder work for yourself. Because if you completely change it, and people are gonna say, no, why do you buy this IP? You're not gonna really do anything about it. But if you don't change it, people are like, this is so outdated. So you're in a weird, difficult position. I think the Hengxin Yinli, at least they were clever in terms of like, let's just create Canglanjue, you know, like that, which really isn't any, like it doesn't have to have any existing baggage to I mean, well, they did buy that thing, right? But they did a version that is just like not really regarding the original content anymore, cleverly and luckily enough. But not every IP can be saved by that kind of attempt. Certain IP, just in the structure of itself, this type of character itself, is no longer really just like that working. And no matter how you change it, it's just like not gonna quite work. Anyway, so this is one of those things where we have to wait and see to see the adaptation quality, whether the story itself is all the pretty things, right? The look, the poster that they've put out, and seemingly it's better than a lot of other things. It's just icing. It's just like the little bit sprinkle on top. If the actual ice cream is not well made, then it's still not gonna be anything. So this one is likely to come out soon. Let's hope Zhuan can squeeze in before, okay? That one I highly look forward to. Zhang One, 凡城之下, Right Town. It's a Ming Dynasty setting crime period drama. And the reason is, like, I really look forward to this. I think this is gonna be one of those really good ones, okay? And I hope it is. First is camera style is really good. Looking at the trailer, very stylish and well done. Then the two leads, Ning and Bai Bifan. Okay, for their acting, there's just completely no problem at all. These two can definitely pull off this type of story for sure. Now it's just depending on whether it's a good detective crime story on paper, whether it's well written. Style, I think it's safe. The look of it is safe, and then the actors are definitely good enough. So completely dependent upon the writing technology, and highly likely to hopefully be something that fingers crossed for this one. One of the highest anticipated, like for me, okay, period drama next year is this one, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, excited. Let me just take a closer look at their costume. Looking not too bad, but not too good either in terms of like recreating that dynasty's look. So I know this one probably is not high profile. It doesn't feature very hot and popular people now, but could totally be the unexpected. Bai Bifan. He has one character more than Bai Yu. They've both worked for whose production? Anyway, I want one day they work together in the drama. That would be cool. And then the next one, 写为镜像看大名, super short. Period drama, Ma Boyong's writing. So the Luoyang Chang'an guys novel, Microscope. Ming, Under Microscope, another Ming Dynasty setting drama about a genius mathematician and the kind of political tax problem he got involved that snowballed into a big thing historically for real in Ming Dynasty. 郑若云, Qi Wei, Wang Yang, who else? Another shitload of famous people. And also highly stylish camera work based on a couple of trailers we've seen. So that also probably is going to be an interesting story to look at, and super short. I think it's like 14 or 16 and very short episode account. Okay. And for period drama to do that, they have balls, because that means expensive input and maybe not getting the ROI, you know, like back. Zhang Ruoyun. Oh, recently he was at the GQ, I think event, is it? GQ or another one, very recently. And because China has just opened with the COVID policy of like, we don't give a shit anymore. Suddenly it just overnight switched to no controlling, okay? So it got really viral. The virus got viral. And at this event that he was walking the red carpet, and you're gonna stop behind there's a big sort of board, right? And then take poses and take photos, and then all the presses are and there's like, if you look at the video version of that, it's so funny. Zhang Ruoyun got there because that space, everybody is like not wearing masks, right? That they need to be taken photo of. So you're not wearing a mask. He was holding his breath, taking the photo until it finishes, and you can see him kind of chest going up and down. And he was so holding his breath for that photo shoot. It's so funny. And he has to keep the straight face, but he like very recent with Zhang Ruoyun. So funny. Right? Yeah, he got caught, and then internet would not not take on this opportunity to have fun. They made him into a meme and a gif of that. Oh, so funny. But like I said, all those working in entertainment, still working today, doing shows and stuff, people, they're all gonna get COVID in China. Soon enough, if not now, okay? In a month's time, everybody's gonna have it. That's just how it's gonna work now. So that one, Assassin, another period drama. Youku. And it's Qin Lan and Zheng Yecheng, Tang Dynasty setting, based on the famous Nie Yinniang character, who is an assassin woman, and there was a film that was led by Zhang Zheng and Shu Qi, which is also about the same legendary assassin. Well, this time it's Qin Lan. Now, this drama, the coolest thing about it is its Tang Dynasty costumes are actually researched and heavily researched, and some of it are replicate of historical artifacts that are exactly like what it looked like. They literally based it on real stuff that people managed to excavate from 1,000 years ago too, which is insane. Anyway, so this drama contains certain costumes that are highly, like, for me, I will definitely check it out for that reason. And particularly how it's actually worn and all the patterns. So the actual pattern imprint on those fabric are also based on real stuff. So just for that part, and it has Zheng Yecheng, and it has fighting. Oh! One of the best fighters these days, right, on Chinese screen for period dramas is this guy. And he's good looking. I mean, no, there. You know, Zheng Yecheng has the face, like the particular look of what would be the word for it? The type of like, he's never gonna be short of like female attention, right? In his life is gonna be constant till the day he dies, and he will never be short of like choices. And he probably is a really good player too. I don't have proof, but based on his face, right? He has that classic pretty boy face that you just don't see why he wouldn't utilize that to his best advantage. Plus, he's one of those guys, although he's rather big, right? And he can actually dress up as a woman and looking really pretty, face-wise. Not looking at the body. Body is too big for a girl, but his bone structure is weird enough that when he's a guy, you don't feel he's girly. But when he's a girl, you don't feel it's too male. He has the perfect face who can be like sitting in the middle of the neutral gender type of thing. Like when it's a guy, it's a really handsome, male, masculine guy. When it's a girl, she's prettier than most girls out there. Like really pretty, right? He was in the 颤抖吧阿布里 that drama where he dresses up as a woman. Just look at the face, it's like, whoa. Oh, okay, it's actresses, you know. You have a challenger here. He looks so good dressed up as a woman. Honestly, only looking at the face, okay, the body just like, yeah, totally that's a guy, but the face, oh, so pretty. 美人师兄, all right, 美人, pretty person. He's so pretty, really. Like a lot of guys, you wouldn't really use the word pretty, but he is pretty. But then not pretty in a way that's very feminine. He's still very masculine, but pretty. So that's like rare. How many people can you honestly say using that words to describe and it's perfect fitting? Anyway, for this drama, because of the costume, because of the fighting, and then because Zheng Yecheng is in it, can't wait. That one, okay, it's so dead. There's no promotion, and then they have long finished making this. I don't know when this drama is coming out and why it's not coming out yet. 山河之影绣春刀. It's done by the same guy who did the Brotherhood of Blade film version, two films. It features Zhang Zhen, the Jin Yiwei, Ming Dynasty again, Ming Dynasty embroidered uniform guards. And this one is Chen Ruoxuan and Zhang Yunlong. When they first announced this project, I was so looking forward to it. And then it just is super dead. Like, it can't find any promotional material for like what, over half a year or a year now. I don't know what's going on with this production. Whether they're still working on it or they just don't have the money right now, or like there's something happening to the project that it's so silent and quiet. I can't find any information, but I so want to watch this one. Imagine Zhang Yunlong, right, in Ming Dynasty, like the the recent Zheng Yecheng drama this year, and even like the older ones. Although it's not 100% replicate of historical stuff, it still looks pretty good. I want to see him fighting as one of those cool Ming Dynasty guys, but this drama is nowhere to be seen. I don't know what's going on, and it's so radio silent. They haven't really done any promotion. Cannot find any information. I'm very pissed about that. Let's hope this one can come out sooner. Anything else? Oh, that one. Yeah, 大宋少年志. Right. So the second one of Youngblood, Hunan Televisions. They're gonna put it out next year, hopefully. And Mango, Hunan, Youngblood, they swapped one actor out, I think. The Yane character. And then everybody else is still there. Recently just released a trailer as well, but probably still quite a bit away from actually wrapping and having this in post-production. Since it's Mango is pretty fast at post-production. So let's hope middle of next year, this one can come out. That is all I've collected for now, but I know there are more, okay? I know there are definitely more. There's so many more dramas. It's just the ones that I've been looking at and being a bit interested in. For this reason or that. Let's just run through them again. Yeah. If we have to talk about everything, that we're like, it's gonna be a 5-hour live stream. Too much stuff. So some of the dramas, right, we're looking forward to next year. High Venus is not bad. Yeah, I'm watching it. It's actually pretty fun to watch. Okay, it's not masterpiece, but it's not offending for sure. Shin Her Perfect Husband, I haven't yet. I need to. I'm at a point where, yeah, I need to go back and pick it up. I just want to finish and just see what happens at the end. Yeah, it's one of those very entertaining drama, but yeah, it doesn't actually show you what lawyers' work is like at all. All right, like I said or in my reviews, like no, lawyers don't look like that at all in China or anywhere in this world. So that whole camouflage of the lawyer's career is a bit common problem of Chinese dramas. I mean, even the High Venus one, right? Although it says it happens in the hospital, when do you actually see them do anything related to medical stuff? Zero, zilch, nothing. There's not even a shot of the hospital wards and beds and patients. No. Okay, so. Night of Love with You. What is that? What's the Chinese name? So, or is it a Chinese drama at all? I have no idea. You know, there are too many dramas that have names that are too similar, and you just don't even remember which is which. 李现人民 shooting story. Li Xin Renming. Ah, really? Li Xin and Renming are working together, huh? Renming is in the recently wrapped Ding Yuxi drama. She is in it, so just wrapped. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that Li Xian and Liu Yifei 去有风的地方. Please don't dub Liu Yifei, come on. It would be so weird. New version of 上次花轿家的郎. That's definitely not on the list of to expect dramas, okay? It's not something that you won't watch. And your purpose of watching it probably is only to just see how ridiculous and how bad it is compared to the old one. I doubt that drama is gonna give you any enjoyment. So these are some of my, at least, noticed dramas that I'll be keeping an eye on. I hope Zhuan can air sooner. Come on. It's been too long. They've been putting that thing on shelf too long. Ye Se Qing Xin is the name for Night of Loving You. Is it on like what? 夜色清新. On what platform? iQIYI, Tencent, Youku, Mango? Who is leading it? Let me know. Sometimes I don't catch all the stuff. I mean, actually, I literally got told by people about like this year about the Tang Dynasty, Strange Tale of Tang Dynasty, and Loving Time. Personally, I wouldn't have clicked open those two dramas, but people literally told me, go watch. I'm like, okay. So, do tell me. Renming and Ding Yuxi horrible movie. Yeah, that one is bad. Okay, I agree. Tencent, okay. With Guan Yu? Somebody named that? Guan isn't that from Three Kingdoms? Liu Xiening. Oh. Liu Xiening, I know. She's from the girl band, right? Isn't she from iQIYI? No. Tencent. 303, 101, 202. Can't remember all those years of talent selection, but hey. 真是什么 OK 关悦我是关羽 who's 关羽刘宪宁 OK 夜色清新 OK I'll keep it on my let me just quickly check it on Weibo so I know what it looks like. Bonbon Girl 303. Yeah. Hard candy. Right. Guan Yu. Oh, I have no idea. Who is this guy? I've never seen him in other things. What was he in before? His face is completely strange to me, which is interesting. Considering how much crap and good stuff I watch every day. I'm overloaded with faces in my head. But I have no idea where this guy has been before. I have never seen his face. I don't think in anything before. Huh. Cool. Li Muge. Well, at least he makes girls look good. Yeah, that one about like a vampire or something like that, and the girl is blind. In Mingguo setting, I have an impression of that story. I don't know when that one is. But honestly, when Ouyang Nana is leading a drama, I have less confidence in that than say if Chen Yuqi is leading it. That's my honest opinion. Sorry about that. So, let's see what's gonna happen. Ming, thank you. That's such a Chinese amount of number, 8.88. Thank you for your super chat. 节日快乐. Happy holidays. You see the number? It's like, it's like 8.88, 8.68, 6.866. Like weird is 6 is the devil number in culture, but in China, like everything goes smoothly. It means things will go smoothly. So if people give you money, 666 is like, hope everything smooth. And 888 means like you get like rich. You get sudden abundance, sudden load of money, explosively rich. 888. So 8 and 6 are actually good number traditionally in China. Like at least people believe it now. I don't know like for how long. Maybe not ever. Like from history. It's never like you always that. But now, okay, people believing 8 and 6. Thank you for your very, very interesting amount of super chat. Yan Chengxu, yes, Yan Chengxu and Xu Ruohan. That's her name. I remembered. That drama, yes. There is a drama. That's actually by Xu Ruohan and Yan Chengxu. I am aware of that. 8 reset. Infinity, right? Ling Yan yes, that one. Okay, so let's just talk about for another 10 minutes and then we'll call it a day. Okay, it's long enough. We're still running beyond 2 hours, but at least today we're pretty much just completely. Is it? Not really. In the first hour we were talking about other things, but then we were talking about dramas. So that's good enough. Yeah. Hello. Just scroll back. Holy. Okay, let me just look at something because I can't find it. Did somebody ask something? I think I caught something, but I missed it. I can't find it. Whatever. Joseph, I cannot pronounce your name. God's favor. You're not replying me at all. TJATS, unfair. Are you talking to me? Sorry, I can't catch everybody's comment. Did you say something before? Hello from Nigeria. Oh, hello. You came in very late. Yeah, usually people from their like locations at the beginning of the live stream, and then they start to go off on all kinds of things, on dramas. So, and honestly, like your line is a bit short, so I can't quite catch it among paragraphs of typing. Top drama of 10. No, we don't have that. Because I've done the moments, right? I don't think you can. The top dramas are a little bit boring because dramas are so big. Every drama has like good things, bad things, and so genre, and then preferences as like personal preferences. So something I like is like, there are dramas I like, but then I will not say they're good dramas. Basically, that's the type of thing. So when you say best dramas, it's hard to really make sense. So I did the moments stuff. Yeah, but I didn't do the good drama. It's just dramas are very big, right? And they're not like films, honestly. Dramas are like 40 episodes sometimes, and then some dramas are like they have like highlights. In one part is very good, but then the other things, but that is problematic. So how do you say it is Like how do you, it's hard. It's just very hard to compare drama to drama and say, okay, that one is better, that one is better. I mean, Guardian is crappy drama, okay, in every way. With all drama making standards considered, Guardian is crap, okay, in 90% of the categories that you can list things. But they happen to do just one thing so good, is the two leads. Like the casting choices of those two guys, they really work off a good chemistry. Their acting is great, and their ability to believe in the story scenario despite the ridiculous settings. So that makes it special for me. But like if I would ever say because of that, like Guardian is the good drama, I'd be slapping my own face, because it's not true. It's not good. It does not represent Chinese drama standards. I would not recommend it to people who are would ask me like, you know, like good quality Chinese dramas, you know, that can kind of represent. It's like I'm definitely not gonna point them to Guardian. It's like a cultural suicide. But does not stop me from liking it, right? So cool. If I can calm people down, that's good. Because these days, you know, we're all on wire. Like, nothing is like calm and collected anymore these days, all right? Because we have internet. And the nice thing is we can talk to each other, but the not nice thing is we can talk to each other. So our pain comes from the things that can also make us happy. So meta and so philosophical. So cool thing that I can calm you down. At least I have some use. So I don't do the 10 best dramas anymore. It's just too hard. It's just like, honestly, how can you compare, say, a production like Lifelong Journey, that type of drama, to Guardian, or even to 苍兰诀, right, to Fairy and Devil? They are just like totally different species of things, and it's just like, they exist in different, almost like planes of things. Good. Well, dramas, don't ask me any good dramas coming out next year, because you never know until it airs. Some things may look really good, but when it actually airs, it's like crap. And some you totally don't expect. You're like, this is definitely going to be crap, and then it turns out to be great. We've had that happening, right, this year already. Like all last year, multiple, like pretty much every year you see that. So unless I can predict the future, which I can. So I don't know what's going to be good, but there were usually going to be highly anticipated failures and then underestimated success. You're gonna get both pretty much every year. 朝歌 unconfirmed with many things. Zhao is never gonna air because of what happened, right? So, and plus it's a Yu Zheng drama, so it's not like one of those popular things these days, right? Even Yu Zheng himself, when he makes dramas, he will detach his name from it. So he would never put his name on it saying, I'm the producer, I'm the writer. No. But it's still his drama. It's like his company, but he's not gonna put his name on it anymore. And if it's like clearly his drama, he's like the semi-cancelled person who is still working in the industry. Yeah, well, it's like the total situation of you report you so cannot complain. It's just like, yeah, he brought that to himself. Yu Zheng, kind of awkward situation of his career and what he is now. Similar to Guo Jingming, right? But yeah, whatever. Our entertainment business really can do without them, so it's fine. I haven't watched Oath of Love, so I have no idea, no rating. I've said, okay, if you're a newcomer to my channel, you don't know anything, I don't really talk about any dramas that involve certain people because I don't want to get into trouble. If you've been trolled, you would know what it's like, and I'm like, not worth that. Not worth doing that with all the rest of so many other things going on in my channel. So there's certain actors, just because how hot right? Like how dangerous it is to get close to them. Whatever you talk about them, right? Good, bad. So the best thing to do is not mentioning. So it happens to be one of those things. Is like not mentioning for me. So for the longevity of this channel, and for the peace of mind of me. Yeah. That's yeah. That's that. And before I go, I've been working on something. I was meaning to say that at the beginning of this live stream, and then totally forgot because I totally got carried away by Dramaland. Yeah, talking about dramas and forgetting about. So I've been working on something. I hope it can turn out to be good, but there's a lot of practical problems I have to solve. So basically, some creators also they're in the UK. The company is in the UK. They are a very cute startup company who do personalized books. So you can actually personalize a lot of elements in books and get it printed and get it shipped to you. So they approached me to see if it's possible to do something. And I've been working since then. And I'm thinking about a type of planner, but it wouldn't be actually how like planner crazy people, because I know there are people who like to do notebooks like crazy. It wouldn't be so ideal for them because it wouldn't be like the classic journal book like this one. You probably, if you use like a bullet journal, those type of 80-gram writing paper, right? So this would be done by like proper companies that actually produce notebooks. Whereas this book, this company, they do the printing for picture book. More like those like children's book with hardcover or soft cover that has a story in it, and maybe like 50 pages, under 100, and it's all drawing. Those type of books. So they do that, but it can be highly personalized, and it's more personalizable than any other thing I've seen that exists on this market. So I've been working with them and trying to design a planner that would be able for the people to personalize names, avatar, so the character that would show up in that planner and stuff. But there's a lot of work involved and much more than I thought. So I don't know if it's gonna completely fly. If it flies, I'll let you guys know. Well, we only have 100 people here, so how many people actually use planners? I'm curious. If you actually do. It would be, I'm working on something like the avatar, so you can pick the person in the book who for the picture book. So that works the same way as this. So I've been doing drawings for that, but that means you have to like, you can different skin color, different hair color, different hairstyle, different clothing color. So, and boys and girls, and because of that, it's insanity of amount of drawing for one look. I don't know like how that's, so it's insanity. I hope that can work, and it will be like sitting between an actual picture book and the proper planner, because it wouldn't be working as a proper planner that has not many pages. And it will be a little bit more expensive, and because it's color printing, it's thicker paper, it's 150 grams. So it's twice as thick as your normal notebook. If you get a Moleskine, if you get one of those like American brand, any of those famous, like, it'll be twice as thick every page, which isn't ideal for making notes because it makes it heavy and not that many pages. So I was thinking only monthly and weekly. We're not going to be able to add anything in because weekly is already 52 pages plus a week or two, because every year is, you know, you don't know when it starts. And then 12 months adding that's already like 66 pages. and you can't add any more. It's going to be too heavy. So, but it will be cute. So basically you're going to be able to, I'll try to make a lot of like cute things that you can adjust and play. So I've been doing like things like, this is a girl. So she's got like white hair, but you can change it to, let's see. So I've been doing this and it takes so much time. I definitely underestimated the workload that's involved in this type of thing. And well, Now I can't imagine how traditional animation are done, right? And then now this is the black hair version, and then you can change the clothing color, even like the hairstyle, blah blah. But it's not unlimited. I can only draw that much before I go crazy. Change that to that, and let's change the top to this, and change the hairband. I don't know why. Might as well just change her whole style. Let's just see. Bear with me, okay? I'm just changing everything. So I've been doing this. It took so much time, and I'm only just starting. There's so much more to do. So now she's looking like that. And then there's a boy, and then it's only one version of the avatar. There will be more. So like, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's pretty insane. So that's the guy. Let's just do a short hair version of the guy, or hair up guy. And the hair has like black, brown, red, yellow, white. Overkill. Hairband. Just do that. So that guy can also look like this. Digital planner. Well, digital planner, I mean, that can be done as well, but there's so many people doing it right on internet. So like I can't personally put. The reason I thought this is interesting is because this version can actually get printed out and then shipped to you. So it could be yours. It could also be a gift to other people. Now the timing is not ideal because we're right now at the end of the year, which, you know, if people use it, usually they start with a new book in the new year, so it's too late. But my version would be basically open, so you can decide what year it is. Or you don't even have to print it out, right? It's just an open, like you fill it up with your pen, so you customize the dates, and it's just the structure is there, but you don't have a fixed date. So if you give it to anybody, they can use it anytime. And my idea behind it, the idea behind it is the cultivation. So it's somebody's plan for cultivation. 修仙, okay. So it's your planner, it's your journal, but it's also your 修仙 plan. I mean, you can totally 修仙 it. So the idea is the character avatar are a girl and a boy who are 修仙 people. who are like the song of the moon, male lead and female lead, right? So you should be able to customize some of the looks of the person. Also, you should be able to fill in your name, and on different pages there are smaller things you can also adjust. And yeah. You can pick also. I was thinking about 4 different things: sword, fan, flute, and a hulu. You know, so that would be the 4 different things that you can use. So working on it, it's a lot. If it gets really finished, right, I'll let people know. And for this type of planner, probably it will be rather big. It will be. I was initially thinking about this, but it's too small because of it's only weekly and monthly. So it either is gonna be a square that comes full. So it's gonna be the A5 full size square. It's gonna stick out this much. Or it's gonna be an A4, which is even bigger. International standard paper size. It's pretty much like this big. That's really big. I don't know. Okay, until. Ooh, this is funny. It's actually piano score. For a lot of things I can't play. It's very complicated. I only have this because it comes with that digital piano. Anyway, 琵琶. Yeah, well, every time you add one item, I have to draw multiple versions, so I have to think about music instruments are too common in 修仙. So you have qin, you have flute, you have like all kinds of stuff like people play. It's gonna be crazy if you pick every instrument. So I'm just gonna have to limit that down to something. So this is what I've been working on, which is taking a lot of my time. why I don't have time to watch other things other than Chinese dramas. Yeah, the traveling is also a thing, right? So I understand that, but you have to think about also one of the things of doing this type of it, because it's printed on book paper. It's not really on notebook paper. So certain, because of the space you have to give to the art, if it's too small, you know, like usually for picture books they wouldn't be so small. Unless it's manga, right? It's black and white manga, and it's completely painted drawings. But if you do any picture book, think about the children's book. They're usually much bigger than A5 because you wouldn't have enough space to put stuff in. So I hope it works out, but if it doesn't, well, Andrea, if you're watching, sorry about that, but you know, life. I'll try my best to make it happen. There's a lot to think about that. I recently just talked to the maker who actually filmed a video, lovely, to show me how a different pen ends up on the paper. So like gel pen, fountain pen, ballpoint pen, marker, brush pen, all types of different glitter, like whether it's gonna go through the paper and show on the other side what it looks like when you write. So I have a good idea of that actually can work as a planner. Seems to be good as long as it's not alcohol-based marker. So I've been working on that. Let's hope it works out, okay? If it really does work out, we can do future things. I mean, if in the future it's figured out, it's totally possible to do picture book. Because I would love to do, not necessarily children's book, but picture book, you know, those cute things. There are so many lovely picture books in the world, and it will be childhood dream coming true for me. So that should be the end. I will not hold you anymore. For people who are still hanging on there, 181 people, thank you for joining this December and last live stream of 2022 from Avenue X. Next time I do a live stream, it will be probably right around Chinese New Year, because Chinese New Year is 21st or 21st, around that time. So January we're gonna do the Chinese New Year live streaming, and then probably we'll make it involving red packet, because it's Chinese New Year, right? So I'll leave the money to then. And let's hope by then the world is a better place than now. Okay, everything regarded that. So thank you for taking part. Thank you for everyone who sent me a hello, send me a super chat. Highly appreciate that, and take care. Okay, whether you're in the hot and cold part of the world right now, take care. And if somebody happens to be watching in from China via VPN, please take care. I hope it catches to you as late as possible, or never. Better never. But it's funny that been last 3 years is like China probably is the safer place to be in terms of like not getting that. But now if you go back to China, you're more likely to catch it than any other places in this world. Imagine all my friends who are back there, right? Every day I get news from like this friend has gotten it, that friend has gotten it, this one is having a high fever, that one is like losing their taste and smell. Everybody stay safe, okay? Please take care. I'll see you in my next video. Well, meanwhile.